Hi, fourth graders. This is Mr. Dinsmore again. What I'm going to show you guys today is how to multiply two-digit numbers using the base 10 method. Since we don't have base 10 blocks here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the symbols for base 10 by drawing them. For example, 1,000 would be a cube, a square would be 100, a line would be a 10, and a dot would be a 1. And most of you guys have done this in your other grades. So let's get started. First, you draw two lines, one horizontal and vertical. Then you put multiplication, because we're going to be using the lines as we multiply our base 10 blocks together. After that, let's take a look at the 32. And you can see that I have three tens and two ones, so I'm going to draw the three tens across the top here, and then I'm going to do my dots for my two ones. Now let's take a look at the 23. I'm going to draw my two tens down this side and put my three ones right here. It's important that you have these spread out like this. And you can see I have my three tens and two ones for 32 and my two tens and three ones for 23. Now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take my 10 here, and then I'm going to multiply my 10 here, and then I'm going to get the 100 here in the middle. That's kind of the method I'm going to be using. So let's get started. 10 times 10 is 10. And you can see I'm just going to keep doing this, so 3 times across, and then I'll go on the next row. 10 times 10 is 10. 10 times 10 is 10. And you can see what I've done is I've created 600 here, and you can check this by looking out to the outside and seeing that 20 times 30 is equal to 600, and everything's lining up nicely. Now I'm going to continue and go 10 times 1 is 10, and 10 times 1 again is 10. I'm using these 1 units and multiplying the 10 unit. I'm kind of going, that's the one I'm using and going across right now. I need to do it again on the bottom row here, so I'm going to go 10 times 1, 10 times 1. You can see I have my tens. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step on down here to the bottom and get these ones that I'll have to line up with these tens and continue the same process. So let's get started. 10 times 1 is 10, and you can see on this part I'm going to have 3 tens because I'm lining these up, and then over here I'm going to do it 3 more times and 3 more times. It's important I get all of them. So if you look at this, I have now 90, which if you look and see, it's 3 tens times, or 30 times 3 is 90, so I have this correct. So you can see I put this arrow over the side earlier here, and this is now helping me point out that I only have my ones left. So all my answers should be 1, but I just have to make sure I get the right amount of ones here. So they're going to meet over here in the corner, and 1 times 1 is 1, and I continue that. So there's another row. And you can see I have 3 rows of 2 because I have a 2 and a 3. And obviously 2 times 3 is 6, so that makes sure I have that right. The next thing I do here is I mark out my hundreds, and I mark my tens and my ones so that I have a clear picture of what I've got here. Then I count them, and I'll add these up. So 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 is 600. And the same thing here. 4 tens is 40. And 9 tens is 90. And we have a 6 here. 6 ones. Now I line them up and add them. So make sure those place values are lined up. And it's as easy as adding up my base 10 blocks to find my answer. So 6 plus 0, 0, 0 is 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. We're going to move that over into the hundreds place, carry that 1, and we get 700. And the answer is 736. I hope that was helpful. It's kind of a nice visual of how to do base 10, and this is a great way to set you guys up for partition rectangle that's on the way, and partial products or sum multiplication. Hope that was helpful. Enjoy.